because people don't want to be seen as quitters. They stay in relationships, they stay in jobs, they stay in environments that do not serve them because they don't want to be seen as a quitter. Hello, everyone. We are back with another video, and today we are talking about quitting and what does it really mean to quit. For those who don't know me, I am Imani Adia, the founder of Soul 360, where we empower you with the tools to transform your mindset and elevate your well being so that you live your life with greater meaning and clarity. I am so excited to talk about today because I believe when we get intentional about defining the words and the language that we use on a daily basis for our lives, it allows us to change the way that we define ourselves, that we define the life that we want to live and that we're living. It defines and it changes the way that we show up. So I'm really excited to get into this. And what I want us to do, right, is to think about what do we know right now about the word quit? Or what have we been told about quitting? And I don't know about you, but I have a feeling if you're like me, then you have probably heard quitters never win. Just think about that. And a lot of you are probably shaking your head because you've heard it before. Quitters never win. And so if you never quit, that means there's an opportunity to win. But if you decide that you're going to quit, winning is not an option for you. That's what that sentence is telling you. That's what that belief, what that statement is saying to us. And what happens often is because people don't want to be seen as quitters, they stay in relationships, they stay in jobs, they stay in environments that do not serve them because they don't want to be seen as a quitter. And so, as I was thinking about the word quit, I realized, well, what is actually the definition of this word? What does it mean to quit? And according to Oxford Languages, the word quit means leave a place, usually permanently. Similar words include leave, go away from, depart from. And when you stop and think about it and you say to yourself, well, the word quit is defined as to leave a place, usually permanently. But let's just say that you're just leaving. And then you think about, well, when is quitting a positive? People quit smoking and it's celebrated. People are congratulated. It's like, yes, you are quitting because smoking is not good for you. So people can quit smoking all the time. But for some reason, if you were to say that I'm going to quit my job, people stop and look at you and say, hey, what's going on there? You don't want to quit your job. And instead of thinking, well, if you're saying that you want to quit, then maybe where you are at right now isn't a good place for you. Maybe it's not serving you. And so many times, like I said, we stay in these relationships and these jobs and these environments because we don't want to be seen as a quitter. But the word quit literally means leave a place or to leave. And so why is it okay for someone to quit smoking, but it's not okay for someone to quit a job that is no longer serving them? But the truth is that it is okay. And that if nobody else celebrates you, I will celebrate you. You should celebrate you. Because it takes courage to do the opposite of what the world is telling you to do. I tell you, defining words and creating meanings for yourself, it can just change your life. And so I want to talk about when is it time to quit and knowing the difference between quitting and giving up, right? And so when I think about when is it time for us to leave, I think of you stopping and leaving a place because you have outgrown it. It's no longer a challenge for you. There's nothing else for you to learn. You're not being pushed. You're really in a place where you are being stagnant. And we know on this channel, in this community, what we talk about is that there's no such thing as being stagnant. You're either growing and glowing or you're not. And so this is where quitting can sometimes get difficult for people because they get into their comfort zone and they love where they are, but there's a voice in the back of their head that says, now it is time for you to be more, to do more. And so when you've outgrown a place, know that it is okay to quit and start to listen to where you are actually being called to go, to allow yourself to be challenged again, to get the thirst for learning and exploring something new again. So that's a time where you may decide it's time for you to quit. Another time where you may decide it's time for you to quit, it's time for you to leave, to depart from this X, right? This job, this relationship, this environment, is when it's taking more than it's giving. You're looking at who you are as a person, and it's really just taking away from your energy to the point where it's draining. And this can look like you deciding that maybe you say you're a business owner and you're really just looking at the numbers and you're like, we are in a deficit. And instead of thinking about what other people will say if you decide to close your business, instead of letting ego and pride get in the way of doing what's best for you and even the people that you are serving at this moment, if you realize that the business model that you are working with is not working, I'm here to tell you it's okay to say, I'm going to quit so that I can win. That's a mindset shift that I want you to start thinking about. I am going to quit so that I can win. Because if you do not take time to leave this place, to leave this business, to leave this environment that is no longer working for you, let alone with you, you're going just to continue to be in this cycle of scarcity. You're going to continue to be in this cycle of not being able to show up as your most authentic self or as the best version of yourself because you literally have something that is draining you. And so instead of thinking quitters never win or I can't quit because then I won't win, I'm now stepping into the mindset, and I encourage you to step into this mindset and into this belief of, oh, I am quitting this relationship. I am quitting this job. I am quitting this environment because it is not allowing me to show up as the person as I am supposed to be showing up as. So now I need to depart from it. Because when I do depart, that's when I'll win. And so let's start thinking in that way. And as I say this, there's a difference between quitting because you no longer want to put in the work, right? That's not quitting, that's you just giving up. That's you thinking that the world is just going to fall into place and you don't have to take any action. You can just dream about what you want all day and every day. That's not what I'm saying. Or when the going gets tough, instead of persevering and being resilient and pushing forward, at the first sign of things not being easy for you, you say, oh, it's time for me to quit. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm letting you know that it is okay for you to remove yourself from things that are no longer serving you. Whether it's because you've outgrown it or because it is literally taking more than it's giving, either way, it's fine. And so, to the quitters out there, some of you are actually winning. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you are going to start to quit. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, go be limitless.